Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Picnic Table Chat Show. How is everyone doing? It is season 9, episode 8, and we're in for not a long one tonight. It's just going to be a little short episode, a little bit of a catch up and whatnot. Short chat before our main stream on Sunday, where we're going to have a bit of fun on Sunday. I'm going to do sort of a live game board night sort of thing, not a whole night of it, just a couple of games to get the stream started. So if you're interested in getting involved, you might have seen the messages on Facebook already. Just send me a message on any of my private chat thingies. Hey, Antisocial, thank you for coming in. Just send me a private message and I will sort out times and links and things once I've got a list of participants together. We can have up to 6 players per time. I'll face the camera down on the game board. I will roll the dice for you, like using app, so it's just completely random. And then I will also ask the question. Like, I won't play myself. I will be like the quiz master sort of thing, because there's questions in the game. I'll move to pieces and do all of that for you, and you can just have a friendly game of Ant Hill Takeover whilst we're streaming. Give it a go, see what you think. It all helps me, it helps the product as well. It's still in development. It is pretty much finalized and finished, but if we come up against anything like that we haven't come up against, like the other day, someone drew for the first time and it was like, oh, we haven't actually come up with a scenario for drawing. So things like that, we have now, obviously. But things like that, it helps us just sort of know we're one's enjoying it, and it also gets out there a bit, gets knowing what it's about, and if it's a good game, or if I've just like completely wasted my time, which won't surprise me really. But yeah, so we're going to do that on Sunday on the stream. We'll pretty much start from like 9:10 or something, pretty much straight away, as soon as everyone's in and there, basically. And yeah, the games don't last, well, they can last long. Some of them last like 5-10 minutes. I admit I can lose as well. There's a lot to explain rule-wise. Not a lot, but it's too much to explain on this chat. But you can get kicked out the game if you lose completely. Basically, you can die. If all your ants die, then your queen will die, and that's that. That's the end of your game. It's very realistic in that sense. I've done it in a very realistic way. Like, not realistic, but it is hard. It's a hard game, much like ant keeping. It involves a lot of patience, lots of trying to go round, and if you rush to the finish, then you're probably not going to win. Yeah, basically. So some games can last like 5 minutes. I had one game last for over half an hour, and it just kept going, and we got to over 60 ants each, and then we got to a nest, and it was very close. Basically, the idea of the game is to work your way around the board. You're answering questions, you're doing these event cards and things as you're working your way around, and everyone that you get right or whatever, you're going to gain some ants, or you might lose some ants if you get it wrong. And by the time you reach the nest at the end, you want to have more ants than every other competitor when they reach the nest. And then that's the winner, basically, whoever's got the most. There's a fast way round that like takes you straight to the nest, or you can be sort of more strategic and try and get the longer way round and go round and round a few times and really build up that ant army. But obviously every time you go round you're at risk of losing them as well, so it's, you got to play it strategic a bit. It's, you know, it is a fun game. I've enjoyed playing it, and we have reprinted them and got a couple in stock ready to go for if anyone decides to buy it or whatnot. So yeah, 2 seconds. I just need to mute for 2 seconds. Just had to pass on some messages to my wife. There we go. What other things have we got going on? So yeah, that's me all about the game, wasn't it? So we are closing the Discord tonight. That is the old Discord that's hardly ever used. We will be shutting it at midnight tonight. It will be gone forever. If you're not already on the new Discord, send me a private message if you want to join. It is for active members, really, you know, people that are interested in talking about ants, because it had just sort of slowed right down. It was full of people, but no one's really talking much. So I thought, let's try again. You know, let's see if it works. If it doesn't work this time, we'll probably scrap it altogether. But yeah, so old Discord will be shutting at midnight tonight. Oh dear, my chest at the moment is up and down, we can say, like running upstairs, I'm out of breath. Sitting here, I'm okay ish. We'll see how it goes over the next few weeks. So yeah, we're still in the middle of our Black Friday sale. Loads of products are stupidly discounted. This sale's going to go on until the end of Monday coming. So that's midnight going on to Tuesday of the Monday coming. This, you know what I mean, 27th, I believe that is. And on that very day, we will be doing our big release. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm sure you can all probably guess what it is. It is the big one that I've been working on for a very, very, very long time. It is coming out on Monday. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Obviously, it will be at a slightly discounted price on that one day. And then after that, it will be back up to its normal price at the end of the Black Friday sale. So we're sort of timing that with the end of the sale, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm super excited, in fact. I'm looking at my one on the shelf now because I've just gone around and fed everyone. And I was just thinking how cool it looks now that it's like built all around and stuff. Yeah, very happy. But anyway, that's enough information because I'm giving it all away. Something secret I'm not going to tell about. Yeah, I'm sure you will know. Anywho, other things that I've been working on. You must have seen the Aztec Temple Nest. Oh, that thing's really cool. In fact, that's what we were printing on Sunday night when I said that we're doing a really long print. It was the Aztec Temple Nest. My one, I have cut the section off the back where the glass is going to be stuck, just because I'm going to stick it straight inside a tank and straight to the glass in the tank. There was no point in me having the glass on the back as well. So the shop version does have acrylic on the back, has like a cutout section for me to slot the acrylic in like I do the nests. You'll be able to see everything going on in the chambers and tunnels at the back. If you look at the back, you know, I would recommend putting some red acetate or something over it as well. Thank you very much, Assassin's Chris. Yeah, I really like the temple. So I've done a little bit more work, we could say, on the Aztec stuff. I got into. Imagine me being told to make a model village in the style of Aztec village, right? So that's pretty much what I've done, and then I've made everything into a decor piece and things like that. So we've got skulls, we've got like the sun disc thing, we've got torches. We've even got walls and corners, little huts. I can't remember. We've got quite a few, which will be going like the Aztec decor range or something. I need to kind of categorize it and get it on the website. But it's pretty cool. So you can make like your own. I'll go with that in a second. But you can make it your own little like Aztec scenario, you know what I mean? So as well as the temple, I've also sort of designed a smaller one as well, which I call like shrine or something, where it's actually a top view where you look down and you can see them inside of the temple as such, or the shrine. So that's a slightly smaller version, but they look really cool when they're next to each other. Basically, I've been looking at pictures of Aztec villages and towns and stuff. I'm like, right, well, that's how it's laid out. Let's do it. And yeah, so that's sort of where I went with that. It is really cool. Yes, I've probably gone a little bit over the top, but why not? Like I said, I'm basically doing this more for myself now because I'm going to turn this big tank into like an Aztec town filled with ants, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. But obviously, I'm making it, and there's actually been quite a bit of interest in it. I may as well sell it as well. You know, you can do the same then. But the torches are pretty cool, and all the other bits are pretty cool. You know, it's taking a little bit of playing around and getting it right, but I'm quite happy with it all, and it's looking good. And it really kind of sets the scene. Now, the red cover for the back of the Aztec temple, it would be somewhat a waste of time to get a red acrylic cut for it, because it's vertical, it would just fall over. If you know what I mean. Does that, like, you'd have to have quite a deep recess for it. And I just think it would be a lot of sort of wasted space and a little bit fiddly. I don't know. So my sort of advice would be just to get a sheet of red acetate, which we also sell, and cut it to the right kind of shape that you want to cover the back. That would, and like sticky tape or anything like that. Actually, you know, I'm not one for spending money if you don't need to, and the red acetate seems like the cheaper and more sensible option with this one. Like, yeah, I'm glad you understand, because I'm struggling to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, I think vertical ones work better if you can stick that red acetate plastic sheet to it, whereas horizontal ones where you can lay the red acrylic on, then that kind of works better. I think that's a good way to explain it. Whatever, yeah. But so there is red options available, but yeah, we got there in the end. Something else that I've been working on. This is just something that I've been asked to do by a customer. Basically, he has a lot of test tubes to feed. Now, we all know test tubes can be a bit of a pain to feed sometimes. So he's asked me to design him like a little feed-in slidey thing. So I've done that today, and I'm quite proud of it. It works. It's like when you push it in all the way, there's no way that ants are going to get out. When you pull it out to restock food, there's no way that ants are going to get out. At the moment, the only time that ants could get out is if you leave it like half open, like half over the tray, then they can just about get in the get through the tray and escape out the way. But I don't think anyone's really going to do that. I mean, they could, but it's quite obvious that if you do that, your ants are going to escape. I just don't want that to be like, you know what I mean? If I sell something and say, like, yeah, it should be safe, and then someone has escapees, and it comes back on me at the end of the day. So I just got to be certain with it before I do anything more. But I'm quite happy with the design so far. Like, it didn't take too long. It took a little bit to get sort of sizing right, but yeah, it's doing good. That should be with you today or tomorrow. I would have thought if it's not there today, it'll be there tomorrow. Give me a message when it does turn up as well, because I want to speak to you about it all, obviously. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's Cool. In fact, I'll show it on the camera quickly. Now, I've done it in stone because I had stone in the thing and I wasn't going to reload the thing just for, like, And, so, oh, doesn't work one-handed, apparently. So that just sort of slides out and then push it in and there's the food. And then it's really hard to do one-handed, apparently. So yeah, that's pretty cool. A little bit more twiddling, but I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. So what else have we got going on? What else have we got going on? Oh, I couldn't find, I said in the last stream about I've lost my really long wire that like gets me anywhere around the room. Well, thank God it's Black Friday because I just had to buy a new one. I couldn't find it anywhere. I've given up. I got an even longer one. It's like an extra meter. And it was actually cheaper than the 2 meter one, which was weird. I went to look at the 2 meter one and then it was like the 3 meter one. Yeah, Marcus, everything's gone. Everything, I can say everything's gone as of today. It's been a long process, buddy. 7 p.m. I can explain that one to you. You know when you've got something and then you're happy and you're not happy? It's sort of that. But I'll explain that to you in a bit. So yeah, I ended up getting my new wire. It's even longer than my last one. So now it's like a matter of trying not to trip over it or catch it in anything. But it's quite handy because I can literally go, I can pretty much go into the next room now, which will probably happen at some point with all of the animals as well, because we got to stretch space, you know what I mean? I shall check the tracking for you tonight, Marcus. See if it's turning up tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. I say tomorrow, but it might be, what day are we on? Wednesday. It might be Friday because I think it takes 1 or 2 days, you know what I mean? I tend to find things are taking 2 days at the minute. I don't know whether it's my postman or whether it's the post that end, but some things are a little bit... well, I think it's actually my postman, to be honest, without accusing him directly, because I know him quite well, and he's a nice chap, but a lot of people lately have been like, I'm not getting posters. Like, oh, man. Oh. So, yeah, it might take 2 days. But we'll get there the tracking. And we don't even have a local post office anymore because it got taken over from the old couple that have run it for years. And the new people failed their post office exams, and there's actually a waiting period before you can reapply. So we've got no local post office. I'm really relying on my postman turning up. And apparently, he's become a little bit unreliable. So yeah, there has been several occasions lately where we've had to send the wife with a couple of packages on the school run and into town and things like that. In fact, one day we had a package go up. We had one of our friends turn up with his car just to take the wife to the post office for us, because a bit of a nightmare if you can't rely on a postman. But we will make it all happen, you know me. I'll make it happen in the end. Oh, what else? So we have some new mantises and new inverts going onto the website in the next few days. Some new ant species coming in a week or so. So that would be really cool. Keep your eyes on the website, obviously. Some of it will be in time for the Black Friday sale and obviously be stupidly cheap. And some of it the ants will probably be after the Black Friday sale, I'm afraid. But, you know me, they won't be expensive anyways. Not very expensive. Not expensive compared to others, we could say. What else have we got on the list? I can just about hear Evie about maybe she's making herself a sandwich. Sounds like she's making a sandwich. That might possibly be Marcus. I need to double check, to be honest. I won't know until next week. But basically, whatever is interesting will be on shot. I can't tell you until I know, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to promise anything that, like, because they have to go through a quarantine process as well. You know? I don't want to say they're going to be on the shop and they're not on the shop. But yes, we are going to. That's it. We are going to sort messes because I've got loads of people asking for messes at the minute, and it's high on my priority list. Put it that way. Oh wow! I didn't even realize I put that message up. Just a short one tonight. Join me at 9. I literally chose a random banner. That's convenient, but it is already 9 p.m, so it doesn't quite make sense. But that's convenient. You see the leaf cutters there? They go absolutely nuts. You know what they're going nuts for? I put a little bit of sugar on the leaf. Now, leaf cutters do require sugars. I go over this occasionally because it's not well known, but they do require a little bit of a sugar top up. Now, when they cut in leaf, if it's fresh and still on the plant, it'll be nice and fresh, full of sap. As soon as you start cutting the leaf, that sap will degrade. So it helps to give them a little bit of a sugar top up every now and then. Not a lot, because it distracts them from the leaf cutting, which is the main need the colony, but it does prolong their life just a little bit more and gives them that extra bit of nutrients and energy that they require. So living in captivity, they get slightly less than they need. I'm just going to drink coffee. That's a good coffee. Wow, that's a good coffee. I got it in a big cup, but I've only half filled it. It's like double it was strong, and that's a good coffee. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to make another one like that. Right, so onwards and upwards. Sheffield. Let's talk a little bit about the Sheffield show. I've been working on that loads lately. We have got some new traders, but then that I've never had before. I say that I already had some new traders, but literally in the last day and couple of days, we've had book in, and there's interesting people, great names. I'm not going to release anything on stream here tonight, I'm afraid. I'm just going to tell you that we will be putting more details on the website very soon. There is obviously details on the website already, but there's no list of traders or anything like that. Until I've pretty much confirmed all of them, there might be a couple added at a later date, but I want to get almost a whole list there before I add it up, or post it up, whatever you want to say. And yeah, like it's looking to be a really good show. We've got, like I say, some great traders in. Some really interesting stuff, not just the normal stuff. Like I say, we've gone sort of a little bit wider again. Not even wider, but we've just got a wider range of stuff within the same remit. I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I know, Dean. Dean, you can kick me later, man, but some things have got to be said. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's brilliant. We've got some really positive stuff happening with that show. It's like, I think that show's going to be a great start to the year for us. We got plenty more events and shows. Literally, I'm coming back and doing an event like a few days after that. It's not like 2 days or something. And then we've got loads of events and shows throughout the year. I think it's going to be a great one for us. It's going to be great fun, if nothing else. What else is going on? Yeah, so I will be putting more details up on the website real soon, and I'll probably do a post on Discord and Facebook when we do release more details. Just saying there's more details been released, have a look, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. I know Dino's excited. He's going to travel down from his I don't even know. I was going to think of a really funny term for living in the north, but I don't even know. I can't even think. The brain I'm just thinking canoe. Yeah, Dean's going to come down in his canoe that I designed him, because I told him earlier. Don't worry, long story. But Dean's going to come down in a canoe, and help set up the show and work obviously at the show. And it's good fun, isn't it, Dean? Like, so at the Bristol show, Dean was absolutely fantastic. He stood outside in the rain on his own, marshalling the car parks for us, and he did an absolutely amazing job. Good evening, Damien. Thanks for coming in. And so Sheffield, let's hope it's not snowing, Dean. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. And like I say, we appreciate the efforts of all of my staff, because I couldn't run the shows all on my own. I definitely can't split myself into many different pieces in all around the room and whatnot. I've tried, it doesn't work. I just end up like running about like a headless horseman with Dean going, stop it and calm down. Like yeah, all right, I'll calm down. So yeah, now I'm good at delegating, aren't I, Dean? I give all my staff lots of jobs, and I moan at them not doing it my way. that's what a boss does, isn't it? I don't like being a boss. I am a boss, but I'm not a bossy boss. I am a bossy boss. Let's just say I'm delegating. They wanted me to delegate, damn it. Oh dear. So what's everyone up to? Let's say we're gonna probably call it end of the night before too long. But yeah, let's have a little bit of back and forth. What's everyone up to tonight? Got any issues with your ants? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to shout about? Use this time to shout about it. My daughter's about to jump through the blimmin' ceiling. Feeding ants, awesome. I've just fed a load of mine a minute ago, not all the test tubes, but all my personal colonies. And yeah, the dives are going nuts. The tech bees are going nuts. In fact, the Nikos, wow, they've literally smashed in 2 whole 5 meal towers in the time that we've been talking. So I'll have to feed them some sugars again. The Nikos are getting sugars and proteins at the same time because they're a larger colony. Smaller colonies will only get protein today, and then we'll do carbohydrates later on in the week. My leaf cutters, right? So we are looking at my leaf cutters, and they're obviously eating really well. They're doing really well. Now, I don't know if you have been following, and you probably had to have been following pretty close because I haven't talked an awful lot about it. My leaf cutters have had an issue for the last month or two that their fungus has just shrunk and shrunk. I have a feeling now. This is a feeling, right? I have no idea. But it's the only thing I can now put it down to is that the source of leaf that we've been using for a long, long time, and that we know the person that owns it, I think they might have sprayed it with pesticides. I can't tell you, but I think they might have. I think they got a new gardener, basically, and I have a feeling they sprayed it with pesticides because I've stopped using it. Just using strictly stuff out of my own garden now, and it's making a comeback. It's like the fungus got down to, just a bit bigger than a tennis ball, maybe like probably twice the size of a tennis ball, and now it is making a decent return, and it will be fine. So that it's not an issue. Obviously, the fungus is the main thing. If the fungus goes, the colony goes, and this is a hell of a colony to lose over something so trivial, like I say, if it is that, it must be, quite frankly, because they seem to be thriving now and they're clearly enjoying this leaf, aren't they? And thank you, Dean. Thank you very much. We have come a long way. The shows have come a long way, haven't they, Dean? Back in our first ever show, it was me, Dean, and Katrina, and it was hectic. Like, my maps were awful, my paperwork was awful. Like, I had everything, but it was just like, it was basically in my pocket, like handwritten and hand drawn, and now it's like I turn up with like a file, and like here's the printed maps, and here's this, and here's that, and here's the list of jobs, and here's a rota, and we should all get breaks at these times. It never really goes to plan, like the breaks and stuff, but that's just because we just kind of mingle and do our own thing after that. But yeah, like it's come on a long way from the first one. Like, now we come in, like, we've got a whole van filled with stuff, not just me in my pockets. and it's like a professional job now. In fact, we've been complimented on how much of a professional sort of job it is done, like, because we make a real effort of making it run smooth for us, the traders and guests. Everyone needs to have a good time, and that way everyone wants to come back and do it again. Have no ants to watch because they're all in the cupboard of cold hibernation. Chris, you need to get something like some dives, man. The more I see the leaf cutter, Damien, definitely wait to get leaf cutters, because like I say, they can be really difficult, really sort of iffy, and if anything, up without a paddle, if that makes sense. I just gotta. I pressed the button. I just wanted to take a screenshot or something and send it to Dean to have a little look at. But doesn't matter. I've missed it now. Doesn't matter. Oh, in fact, it does. I can do that. So it's fine. Oh dear. And obviously, Dean gets to see some of our products and stuff before I show anyone else. So I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, but we are. God, I'm so annoying sometimes, aren't I? Doesn't matter. Cool. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Dean. It is a hard one to coordinate, like, especially the Sheffield one. I live over 300 miles from Sheffield. Like, I don't know the area. The first time I had ever been to Sheffield was the day of the show last year. That was the last time as well. And somehow we organised a show. Like, I get all the tables and everything delivered to the venues. I get all the trades and everything. I get apps sorted. I find us places to stay and coordinate everything. And it's like, it's a big job, but it's totally worth it. Like, and every time it does get slightly easier, I'll say, like, I've definitely learned a lot over the past year. I've made some good contacts as well, people that I can go back to year on year and say, let's go again. Let's, which definitely will make my life easier and make shows just run a bit smoother again. The easier these sorts of things are, the more effort I can put into what we're going to do at the shows and what I can post. The entertainment factors and education factor, I think I would say, it's far more important to me than the trade show. As much as the trade show is important, it's a big part of the show. Like, I want to get into entertainment as well. I want to get in bouncy castles and food and all of this extra stuff that we're going to do. Because I think that's what really makes like a great day out and really memorable memories. If you take your kid along to like a trade show with some lectures, then they might not remember it. They might remember bits of it. They'll remember a bit of this, a bit of that. They might see a spider or something. But you take them to an amazing day out where there's lots of stuff to do and having a great time the whole time. And I think that kind of sticks in their mind better. And it's all about making memories at the end of the day. I've got kids myself, so everything with kids involved, it's all about making memories. I love it as well. Like, as hard as it is, and difficult and stressful and sleepless nights and whatnot, it is so rewarding to like I say, everyone left the last show smiling. Like, that to me is a great thing. We had over 100 young people. I very rarely use the term like, I don't know if I can say it now, but it was amazing. It really was. Like, we had over 100 young people and everyone left smiling that I could see, and that to me is a success story. Like I said, we can encourage more people in and show them ants, and we had people there that had never seen or kept ants or inverts. They just wanted to come along and see what it was like. I think ants are less scary than spiders. I mean, there's a lot of spider shows, but like, I suppose it can be hard to get the general public to go along to a spider show or a snake show because spiders and snakes. Whereas if you say it's ants, it's a little bit weird, yeah, but they ain't scary. Like, the worst thing they can do is sort of sting you, which ain't even that bad, really, is it? It's not life threatening. Ant show. Let's. It's the way to go. Is the ant show? I don't know. I'm just chatting rubbish now, aren't I? But right, I am gonna start rounding this stream up. So if there's anything else that you want to mention, feel free to mention it now. If not, forever hold your peace. Is that what they say? I'm sure that's what they say. Something like that. I'm married as well. I should know this one. I don't know. Yes, join me back on Sunday if you want to get involved. I've already got a couple of people that have sent messages and they're going to be involved, and it's going to be a great game, that first one for sure. And if there's enough people to play, we'll have a second game afterwards. It'll be good fun. If you're nervous, don't have to show your face or anything. I'll probably put you in the background of the stream, so literally all that will be on camera will be on the board. You'll be able to speak so we can hear you, but I'll be muting it when it's not your turn. So when it's your turn, I'll unmute you. You know you can then speak and whatever. I might not mute them. I don't know. It depends how good the conversation is. But we don't want people sort of answering other people's questions or, you know, mess about on that sort of sense. So we'll see how it goes. But I will have the ability to mute people when it's not their turn, or even when it is their turn. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. It could be great fun. It could be ruined in 5 seconds if someone decides to. So let's hope for the best. I'm sure it won't, Vegas. Yeah, I'm sure we'll all play sensibly. No one will sit there with Google on the phone, because I know that's a trick as well. But maybe there'll be a timer on questions for that reason. I don't know. I need to think a little bit more about it. I'm going to try and rope Dean into having a session over camera to make sure everything works. I know it's going to be like wrestling a ball to the ground and putting it down. So it's going to be a hard task, isn't it, Dean? But yes. What else was I saying? I can't even remember. Yeah, it'll be brilliant. Give me a message if you want to be involved. Like I say, it will be fun. Don't be nervous. I will help you through every step of the way, and it will be a laugh at the end of the day. It's one thing about the game. Every time I played, we've ended up laughing. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we've definitely ended up laughing. Yeah, so it's great. It's great fun. I enjoy it. But on that note, I am going to love you all and leave you all. I'm going to go crack on with a few more jobs before I shoot off to bed, because I'm knackered. I know the wife is struggling to stay awake already. I keep giving her more and more jobs, and like she's knackered. I've knackered her. I've broken her. I've overworked her and broken the wife. Oh dear. But yeah, thank you all for joining me again for tonight. I'm sorry it's not a massively long stream, but it has been good fun again. I'm glad we're back to doing these streams. In fact, it has been really hard, sort of like we had a really long period of just, I've been so hectic. I've been stressed and just so much going on. It's been sort of impossible to do the streams. So I am really glad to be doing these again. I'm so glad everyone's coming back and still participating. You're all absolutely spectacular. I shall be about for the next few hours. If you need anything, if not, just send me a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, so a massive thank you to our sponsors, Azuras and Valhalla Martial Arts. They're absolutely fantastic, still sponsoring us after all the time. Obviously, a massive thank you to our Patreon supporters as well. But really, a massive thank you to everyone, all of you awesome people coming in every time for the streams. But on that note, I'm going to have you leave. I just said that, so I'm saying it again, repeating myself. That's when it's time to go. So as always for me, I'll see you again soon, fans. Good night.